Make sure you've got everything closed down. We're going to start with a new document. Open up Pages in the Files tab and select this one right here. Double-click on Select HTML. What are we going to do this time? I'm going to show you a different way to swap images in a much more creative and even very practical way. We're going to create buttons that actually change something else. So let's start. Close Pages. Open up Images and pick up background JPEG right there. Drag it into the big white box and let go. Click OK. Now in this case, I want you to select it and give it a name. So we're going to ID it down here and call it BKGND for background. I guess I don't abbreviate very well, but that's going to work for me. Background. Got a name on that bad boy. Now we got another div down here. What I want you to do in images is find 3 images. Now they're called nav. Nav bird, nav flower, and nav tree. Those 3. Those are the only 3 I need right now. I want you to grab, say, nav tree and drag it into this box right here. Again, alternate text will skip. There's a tree. I'm going to click to the right of it. Make sure we're right there. Grab nav bird, I suppose. It doesn't matter really what order, but let's stay together on this. And we click to the right again, and we will do nav flower. Again, these are my really big buttons that you can't miss. Let me say one thing before we move out of here. If you do, and a lot of times I will do this, is I add my alternate text later, and I'm sick and tired of getting this message over and over again and clicking OK. I leave it up because I want to show you the defaults. You can change the accessibility preferences right here and say, don't show me this box anymore, if that's what you want to do. There's our 3 buttons: a tree, a bird, a flower. Now, before we get started with these things, let's give each one of these a name too. So a tree, let's come down to ID, call it, well, let's say NAV and tree. And we'll say bird, and we'll come over here and say NAV bird. And one more, select this one and get in here. Come on, you can do this. NAV flower. All right, now we got those. Select tree. Go up to the plus sign in the behaviors in the tag inspector and go down to swap image. But you know what we're going to swap? We're not swapping this. We're swapping the image that's up here. It's a completely different image. Now, the previous segment, we changed the grayscale image to color. It was the same area. We're saying when you click this, change that. So you got to select image background up here. It won't work. Now, set source to, click browse. And we have a couple of image names. We have image bird, image flower, image tree. Select image tree, click choose. And we'll leave this alone, but I'm going to turn this one off. I don't want to restore it if it goes off the button. Click OK. Okay, we'll be a mouse over. We're fine with that right now. Go to bird and do the same thing. Select bird, plus sign, swap image. But this time, don't forget, leave it on background. We don't want to change the bird navigational button. We want to change this again. So image background, browse, and this is going to be image bird, of course. Choose, turn off restore image. OK. Last one, flower. Repetition is so much fun. Swap image, background. Set source to image flower. Choose and turn that off. Click OK. Let's see what we got so far. Let's save it. Come up here to our little globe and go down to your browser and check it out. Now, we could do this on a click. That's all right. And we also could have had that roll out and it goes back to the big gray box again. But see, that's why I didn't want to do that. I want you to move out once you've selected an image, and then you can move out and do something else without that image going away. So the whole process here, we did another swap image, but we did it in a very unique way that you see a lot on websites, where you click one thing and something else changes. Don't forget to save this document, because we will be using this one in the next segment.